If you're like me, you have a love/hate relationship with your phone. I became even more reliant on my phone during the process of moving across the globe, which makes sense. I moved before my partner, I knew almost nobody here, and my phone was my lifeline, even more than it was before. But now that I've settled a little bit, it is time for my phone and I to spend a little less time together. The thing I struggle with is staying up too late scrolling on my phone, whether that's the classic Doomscrolling, of which there exists a great deal of Doom as a variety pack, or simply reading or watching things outside of the Doomscrolling category. I still more regularly need to put my phone to bed. I sleep on a tatami and a futon. I've slept on a futon for several years now, and I really like it. I like that it's a really firm surface, and I also like that I'm able to fold and put it away. And if a tatami and a futon are good for me, I need to put my phone to bed in a little bed. Surely they will be good for my phone. We're so similar, it and I. But I don't bother trying to recreate the proportions of the human-sized tatami and futon. My phone deserves the good life, a bed made just for it. I start by creating my version of a little tatami. For this project, I try to use as much leftover materials and garbage as possible. I am a little raccoon. I do not hide this about myself. The more garbage I can incorporate into a project, the happier I am. So the tatami is 3 layers of cardboard box glued up with basic craft glue. I also have this thick linen. It's actually some linen I brought with me when I moved. But it's a very stark bleached white, and that is not quite the vibe of the tatami. But I don't want to go out and buy new fabric just for this. It's only a tiny amount of fabric that I need. So what do? Ah, yes, I know. A nice cup of Earl Grey tea. Tea dyeing is so satisfying. It is quick, it is easy. If you're like me, you always have so much tea on hand anyway. And it's a pretty decent match for the tatami color. I don't drink the tea though. I do have standards somewhere. Speaking of garbage, I used this green ribbon to edge the tatami. The ribbon came with a packaging of one of those cheap polyester fleece blankets that all cats universally love, and I thought to myself, great, what a neat thing to save and try and reuse. What a fool I was, because this thing sucked. I tried so hard to make this ribbon work. I wanted to save it from the landfill, I wanted to do something interesting with it, but every time I touched it in any way, it was a nightmare. It skewed off grain every time I breathed on it wrong, and it's this very, very delicate polyester, so I can't even press it into compliance with my iron because the poly-safe temperature on my iron wasn't hot enough to actually do much. But I was stubborn, so I figured I could make this work. And then I gave up. My partner is very fond of the adage, if it sucks, hit the bricks. And it's a good saying. If something isn't fun, if it's not vibing, you can just leave. And that's the case for art too. This project took longer to make because I chose to rip this out. And that's fine, who cares? Sometimes I think we rush too much. I bought some black twill tape and some thick white silk thread, and it's not garbage, which makes me a little sad, but it's a much better match for the project, and critically, I don't hate it with the fiery passion of 1,000 suns. I end up attaching it kind of weirdly because I didn't plan this project particularly well, but that's fine, it mostly works out. And of course, then I have to put in the zigzags with the white silk thread. Without this, it simply doesn't look convincing at all, and with this, the illusion is pretty dang good. For the futon, I was lucky in the sense that I sewed the cover for my human-sized futon myself, which meant I had extra bits of the exact same fabric left over for my phone-sized futon. So it was fun to be able to make a futon that would truly be a good match. We can be twins! And finally, some more garbage. I stuffed the futon with thread scraps, bits of sewing projects, and old yarn off the bobbins from the previous owners of my spinning wheel. I don't stuff it all the way, I don't want it to be a pillow, just that nice, sort of firm, sort of flexible futon shape. Then I steam it and press it into a nice shape with my iron. Honestly, it looks pretty darn good. But the real test. There you go, little buddy. You've done a lot of work. You've kept me very good company, and you deserve a nap.